YouTubers! Welcome back to my channel. We are in a very different place, aren't we? Yes, we are. We're in my sewing room. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So this is my big boy. It's called Hi-Ho Silver because it's silver. Well, it was Silver. Her name is Silver, and she is a Brother Quilt Club sewing machine because she has such a big throat under here, which is good because I sew big quilts. So I've not been making a lot of cards because I've been trying to get this quilt done. This looks like a pile of fabric. Doesn't it look like a pile of fabric? What it is it's a queen size quilt for our camper. Yeah, and I've been obsessing about it. I've just been obsessing about it. And I've got another quilt over there that's a throw that's covered with chickens for our room. Because my daughter gave it to me and I want to finish it, and it's like two-sided and it's got chickens on it. And this is such my sewing room that here we go. Look, over there is another sewing machine. That's my other brother. Actually, that's my baby lock. Her name is Jujubee because she's a baby lock jubilant. And yeah, that's my kitchen over there because this used to be our living room. It did. But there's my design wall, and this is my cutting table. Maybe I should just give you like a tour first. Here, we'll give you a tour. I'll start from over here. So that is my, trying to point. That is my ironing table and my design wall. It's an old flannel sheet. It's queen size flannel sheet. And this is the old, yeah, that's a place for people to sit. Yeah, our love seat. I love trying to point on camera. It's always like, you know? And then that is my cutting station that my husband made for me. So on the end over there, he made a bookcase that's got all my books, my quilting books, and then it's an old, one of our original pieces of furniture. It's a really solid piece of maple furniture, and then he put a big block of plywood on it and covered it with the other sheet, you know. Where am I pointing? The other sheet from that with the bottom sheet, and then it's got my great big huge cutting mat on it, you know, and then he made me the table. He made me, well, that's a desk, and then he made my sister this table, and that's part of what it is. And then we bought an old, this is an old person's, it was an old, you know, there's the bird station, and this was an old, like, this is the nightstand, and this was their desk, and then this was their other bureau, and it was really cheap. It was like $200, and maybe at some point I will paint it, but I kind of like it. And in here is like, you know, and I have it sorted by things. Like, this is my backing fabric, and this is more backing fabric. This is actually for outside, more backing fabric, and there's like stuffy fabric down there. Ooh, look, my shirt. But what we did, she says, as we go this way, is we took what used to be my sewing room, which was teeny tiny, and we made it into this cute little den. See? We made it into this cute little den. There's all my Disney stuff. I love it that I worked at Disney. And yes, I made that quilt. We'll come a little closer. I made this quilt. It's a little wrinkly because I've been standing on it. So I made this quilt. It was one of the first quilts I finished. This is our daybed. And I made the pillows that go on it because, you know, in 2 packages of things, and I quilted those. I freehand quilted those. We're going to come a little closer so you can see. Yeah. So, you know, sewing is a lot like piecing paper, except it's with fabric. And I like that a lot. And this is my family. Those are my family pictures from Disney up there. And see, there's our TV. And there's where we relax at night. Yeah, there's where we relax at night. So that's good. And there's my collection of ears, which I like, and an original drawing by the Cinderella people. So, and I don't know if you know this or not, but our entire lanai is a bird sanctuary. Yeah, and there's 2 of my parrots. So when they're not on me, they live up here, and they have a huge jungle gym, and they have jungle gym over there, and they have toys. So they don't scream all the time. You know, there's this weird thing that parrots are loud and noisy. I don't know if you can see the one in the back there. Now they're screaming because they see me. And he's like, no, come get me. But they don't really scream all the time. They scream when they want attention, you know? So, and here's the French doors to the lanai. And you can see, you know, that. And here's more. There's a TV in my sewing room. And that's Mr. Pippin. He's eating on the eating station, but now he sees me, so he wants to come over and like, hi, Mommy, are you gonna open the window? Because if you open the window, I can come in. And the answer is no, I'm not gonna open the window because I'm gonna go sew. But he wants to clump over and see, there's Mr. Sika. And Mr. Sika is also like, I see you, Mommy. I see you. I see you. I see all of you. See, we got swings. And they're coming over to say hi to Mommy. Hi, Mommy. Look, he looks funny because he took a bath. Do you see his funny feathers? He took a bath, so he's all drying off. Everybody else took a bath this morning because they take a bath in the sink, and he takes a bath in his water dish right there because I can't get him to take a bath in the sink. So there's all 3 of them. That's Pippin and Jen, and they're mated, and they're just going to yell at each other. So that's a boy and a girl, and this is another boy. We got to get him a mate. So, yeah. So I thought what I would do today is, she says, looking down again, I thought I would show you some content of me sewing. So at least what I have to do is I have to put on 2 more sides of this big quilt. It's a queen size quilt. And then it'll be done. The front will be done. The front of a quilt when it's not done, like when it's not a quilt yet, but the whole front of it is done, is called a flimsy because it's flimsy. Wasn't that fun? So anyway, here you go. We're gonna put you guys down. Oh, I smooshed you. Let's see how we can do this. There you go. Anyway, and if you don't want to watch me, at least you got a tour of my house. Yeah. So now I have to figure out, this thing is huge. Yeah, this thing is huge. Now I got to figure out where I'm starting. I'm starting over here. Somebody took the pin out. Yeah. So we're going to put the pin it back in. I have it all. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I have this thing here. I have to sew onto this edge, right? I'm taking the pin out again. So I am, this edge right here of these little squares has to be sewed onto this part right here. So I have 2 more of these things to go. So I'm not going to make you watch me do this in slow motion, but I'm going to let you watch me do it in fast motion. So here we go. Ready? You definitely do not want to hear my sewing machine and all the pins and things like that. So I took that out. So this is me going, but wait, if you hang in here, I'm going to show you what the quilt looks like when it's all done, really and truly. Da 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 da. You have to sort of think of thread as kind of like glue for fabric. And here, I can't even get far enough away from it. Let me see, well, this is the front side of it. Here's what the entire flimsy looks like. So this is what I've been working on and working on and working on. It started as, believe it or not, the pattern for a dish, for a tablecloth. And it was a much smaller tablecloth. It was only like 2 of these and 3 of these, and then the bars, and then the outside pattern. But I needed a queen size quilt. And what I've ended up with is actually probably a king size quilt. It is 91. It's 91 across, or 91 down by, now I can't remember how far across, but it was fun. The fabric I used was Let's Go Camping by Riley Blake. It's not their glamping fabric, which is a different one from this year, because I've been working on this for a long time, since last year, and it's 2 jelly rolls and a layer cake. So that gives you a hint. And then there's some, mixed in there is also some of the Cherry Sundae fabric from somebody else, which I've also been using to decorate our camper. And the main stuff, the main background fabric, the gray, now I can't remember what it's called, but it's like French colonnade or something like that. And it's sort of a muslin fabric, if any of you do this. But as you can see, it really is very much like paper piecing a card, only this is, woo, I dropped the phone. This is paper piecing fabric. So, but yeah, that's a lot of work. So let me see if I can get a whole picture of it all at the same time from this angle. Maybe from this way. There you go. There you go. You can see how big it is. It's a big sucker. So there you go. That's a new thing. Oh, my husband turned on the light. Another light. Maybe the kitchen lights too, the new ones. They're not going to come on. So, yeah. I hope you like it. So my channel's going to be some sewing and some cards. I've got some cards to make, so I want to show you some new cards I'm making that are sort of fall-ish. So, yeah. I am always making things from stuff I have. So do not expect some brand new products, because I don't have a lot of brand new products. I've got stuff that's been on sale and is retiring. That's what I buy because that's what I can afford. So, ready? So, I hope you enjoyed that. I have to pick it up now before my dog decides to sleep on it. And thank you for joining me. And there's a video for you. Hope you had a great time. Have a great week. Bye. And the Barbs helps. A blooper. Today's sewing project. Stop that. Stop it. No. Thank you. No. Yes. We have one over here who's chewing the heads off pins, and one who's just walking around. Love my sewing projects. Oh, yes. Oh. Oh. Really? Have a bird, they said. Have two, they said. Oh my gosh, it will be so much more fun, they said. Really? Oh. Oh, look. He's got the head of my pin. Now I need one. No.